Greetings from Christian News and Interviews. Okay, Pastor Gerald Johnson claims that he went to HELL, survived it, and came back. Listen to this.
I saw the real hell. I was there. And I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. I don't care what a person has done to me. I would never wish that on them. But for me, the way it went is that I thought that I was having a heart attack, and my spirit left my physical body, and I thought that I was going upward, but because I thought I had done so much good in this lifetime and helped so many people and made so many decisions that were godly decisions, but
Stop there. If you are a member of this church, please leave immediately. This man doesn't even know the basics of how to get into heaven. He said that he had done so much work, been kind to so many people, that basically he thought he could work his way into heaven. That's Christianity 101. The only way to heaven is through Jesus Christ. Ephesians 2, 8 and 9 reads, this is Ephesians chapter 2, verses 8 and 9 reads, "For by grace are you saved, through faith, not of yourselves. It is a gift of God, not of works, lest any man boast." So you cannot work your way into heaven. You can't do enough good to work your way into heaven. You can't be kind enough. You cannot feed enough poor people. You can live an entire life, never help one soul, and still make it into heaven by accepting Jesus Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. So Pastor Gerald Johnson is still confused. He's talking about all this work he's done and was confused to find himself after his heart attack in hell. Well, he still doesn't know why he went to hell. He still thinks you can work your way in. If you are a member of this man's church, I would strongly urge you to get out. Who wants to sit under a pastor who admits he was in hell? Now, if you look at this page here, this is his TikTok page. And by the way, I don't deal with TikTok. This is a bunch of garbage, and hopefully someday soon, it'll be obliviated. But look at some of his titles here. Let's see. When the devil believes in you, reincarnation or demonic spirit. See, this man is obsessed with darkness. Okay? That's another reason, if you're a member of his church, you need to get up out of there. He's supposed to be a pastor, but I don't see anything in here about him, about Jesus. He needs to be preaching Jesus if he's a pastor. Let's listen a little bit more to what he said.
as opposed to me going up, I went down, and I went literally into the center of the earth, and that's where hell is. Jesus even said that in the scriptures. He says, just as Jonah was 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of a whale, so shall the Son of Man be 3 days and 3 nights in the belly of the earth, which is where hell is.
Okay, he doesn't need to convince me. I believe that God showed him a glimpse of hell. Sadly, though, he's still not getting it. He still thinks he can work his way in. If you go back and listen to this tape in its entirety, you will hear him multiple times talk about how he's done so much work and he doesn't understand how he ends up in hell. Listen to it for yourself. I think I have a little bit more. Let's see here.
Um, so he was like a dog in hell, and
He's talking about some man who's like a dog in
power
hell.
over him in hell, and he'll be a slave to me. So it's like twice a slave. It's like you're a slave on the earth to the things of the devil, and then in hell you're really like a tormented dog slave. So and then there was another part that I experienced that just blew.
See.
So there's people there for that because music is very controlling. And
Okay, he goes
I
into,
was
he talks about how he was tormented by some of this worldly music. Um, that that may be true too, because some of this music can torment you right here on earth. So I can imagine if you if you hear it in hell.
so I was angry with God because it's like how did I do this much good and I'm actually in hell.
Did you hear him? He said he was angry at God because he couldn't understand how it is that he did so much good here on earth and still ended up in hell. And he mentions it a couple of more times before the tape ends. So tell me below what you think. In the interim, if you're a member of this man's church or any church where a pastor has admitted to you that he's been in hell, any church where a pastor tells you that you can work your way in, see if you can correct that pastor. And if you can't correct them, get the heck up out of there. God bless. And I'll talk to you soon.